YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you taking the time to click on the video today. It is greatly appreciated. If you haven't already or you're new, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and leave a comment. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm to get my videos out there. I appreciate the support greatly. We are here at College Football 25. We are in our relegation / promotion dynasty save with the Kennesaw State Owls. We are in Conference USA, which is the lowest conference in the nation. And we're trying to work our way all the way through all the other conferences to get to the big leagues in the Big Ten. And first year in Conference USA, looking good, 6-1, 5-1 in the conference. We do have a tough road here coming up, though, starting with a road game against Buffalo. Offense gets to take the stage first. Good Lord, the field first. Dunlap is going to take the snap. He's going to rifle it into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. That was a daring throw, but I love to see the confidence out of Dunlap. Thomas has been one of the best receivers in the nation, it feels like. But it may be just because of how much we use him. We're going to hand the ball off to Turpin. He's going to find 5 yards to get us down to the 2-yard line. Can the offensive line hold up and get us into the end zone? And Turpin kind of stutter steps and does not quite get there. That one is definitely on me. I was going to cut it up and saw that the outside was wide open, and we didn't have the acceleration to get there. Turpin's going to meet the linebacker in the hole, and he's going to get into the end zone for another touchdown. The defense is playing super well right now. Not giving them really anything that they can do on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th down instead of taking the points, and we got stuck. Did he still get the stop? No, he didn't get the 1st down. We got stuck on a block. That is so unfortunate. They're going to go ahead and get another 3rd down. They're down in striking distance yet again. So as much as it felt like we were going to run away with it, they kind of battled back after a little bit of a misfortune. They're going to throw the slant. He's going to break the tackle of 2 players into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. And, yeah, interesting look here. It is 14-14 still. It looked like somebody got a huge either kick return, punt return, or an interception. We can't play man coverage on that guy. Wow, he destroyed us on that route. So, Buffalo looking really tough here. Later in this first half, looked like we might run away with it a little bit, and that's going to be incomplete because he was out of bounds. We thought for sure that was going to be a touchdown. Buffalo is running 5-2 with a freshman quarterback. Nothing that we can really say about that because we also are running out a freshman quarterback. So, the second straight year. So they must be very talented as they're 5-2. So I think I just saw that their receiver they're just throwing to is also a freshman, which is kind of wild. We're gonna go ahead and call a timeout. That way we get see if we can hop on the field and try to score before the end of the half to take the lead, because they are going to kick this and probably take the lead 17-14. If we don't get the jump to block it, it's going to be right down the middle. And we're not going to get a moment to end the first half, but we do take the ball down and begin the second half, and we are in a position to go ahead and score a touchdown. We're going to give it to Turpin. He's going to spin back to the middle and not quite be able to get his momentum going back forward to power into the end zone. We're down to 2. Little toss play with that. Let's never run that again. Like ever. We're going to go to the triple option here on 2nd and goal. There's no way he can play both like that. That's absolutely crazy. Lucky to get a good pitch off. but at the end should not be able to play both of them. Ashley's going to find his way into the end zone, though. Touchdown, Owls. We go ahead and take the lead here in the second half. Looks like their offense is picking back up where they left off late in the second quarter. And they're in striking distance of a touchdown. So let's see if we can force a turnover. Not a turnover, but Caden Story gets a sack. And it's going to be 2nd and 18. I thought it was 3rd down. Why? Don't know. But 2nd and 18, putting them behind the sticks is huge. See if shifting this line will also help us get a little bit of pressure. And we get in again for the 4th sack of the day. And it's going to be 3rd and 25. We cannot allow them to pick this up. Okay, we're not going to get any pressure because I'm on a D tackle. And instead, we do. We get them all the way down to the 40. Westmoreland with the sack. Orlando holding the ball way too long. The freshman paying the price, and that's going to get them out of field goal range as well. So they're going to have to punt after being down at what? I don't even know. The 13, right? And it's going to roll in the end zone, thankfully. I thought he was going to catch it, and we had some room to run as well. But offense takes it down the field. It is going to be a 3rd and 3 with 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We could have taken it to the quarter, but I wanted to try to pick up the 1st down, which backfires. And, yeah, we're going to have to go ahead and kick this field goal to go up 24-17. Here on the road, field goals are never easy, but should be up and good. Again, could have let the clock run out, but we get a turnover. And I need to get out of favorites. We get a turnover because we get the ball right back. Very beginning of the 4th quarter. Turpin is going to find a little crease. 17 for 53. Not a very productive day for him at all, but getting the job done enough. If we can punch this in, that would be a huge boost. Can Turpin get the corner? He cannot. We're going to lose a few yards there. Just not really the explosive runner that we really enjoy to have. And we run out of bounds. Nope, they got us to throw away. Thank the Lord. All right. Insane that we are in this position, but we're going to rip this. Touchdown. What a throw by Dunlap again. Another throw that I was willing to have a turnover, and he just rips it in there with his high arm strength. Those are just some of the throws that we're going to have to try to go with and just live with the results here as he develops, because it's part of his game. He's a gunslinger. He has 95 throw power. He's going to be able to zip some of those throws in there that just other quarterbacks that I've had the challenge of having in both this series and other series that I have just have not had. So I've not been able to really trust those throws, and he's proving that I should be able to trust those throws as we find the end zone. Yet again, as I am rambling about the arm strength, there's another example of it. Touchdown, Owls. 38-17. They turn it over on downs. We're going to go ahead and try to punch it in to really put this game out of reach. We're going to go ahead and get it out to Turpin. He's going to get to the corner. Touchdown. Owls, 45-17. The game was closed for a very long time. And there's still 5 minutes left, I guess. We're just going to kind of click through all of this. No need to continue to run up the score or anything like that. 48-24. We scored 24 points in the fourth quarter. What a way to finish a game, to move 7-1 against a pretty solid opponent. He threw 5 picks. I mean, that's just not going to be good enough anywhere to win games. 16-29, 3 TDs. Dunlap threw 2 picks too. I mean, he only had 122 yards passing, nothing crazy. Turpin had 67, Ashley had 64. Turpin had 2 touchdowns, Ashley had 1. Receiving wise, nothing crazy. Dobson 6 catches for 54, 1 touchdown. Thomas had that touchdown, the first one, and then Cook that final one. And then defensively, Johnson led the team with 8 tackles, 5 for Redding, Hamilton, and Washington Jr., and a host of players with 4. 6 tackles for loss, sacks. We had a bunch of them, 2.5 for Westmoreland, 1.5 for Story, 1 for Scarver, half for Cook and Green, respectively.
All right, second game, week 10. Ohio is going to travel down to Georgia to play us at Kennesaw State. We have won 7 in a row, so let's keep this thing rolling. All right, after a couple of stalled possessions by both teams, we are going to come out here and we are going to take down this first quarter drive. We're going to run the option to Ashley. He's going to break a tackle and pick up 3. See if we can get the ground game going. Turpin's going to come into the game. He's going to try to bounce it outside. He's not going to really find any really good ball. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Explosive running back. We need one. We need one bad. I thought Turpin was going to be the guy. He just hasn't been so far. Thomas with a great contested catch to pick up the first down. We're going to go back to Turpin. He's going to put his foot in the ground. He's going to get upfield. He's going to pick up 8. That's a little bit more like it. When I say explosive, I mean he's played well. I mean he's been good enough, right? I would expect a couple more explosive, like huge explosive plays from him. Opposed to just kind of not having explosive plays. Cavanaugh is going to pick up the ball, get the ball. Kabinda, the freshman running back. Our running back room is pretty deep. You have Ashley, you have Brenda, you have Turbin, Bryson even a little bit as well. So there's some more definite depth there. We just need to become more efficient. We're going to go ahead and get it out to Graves. I mean, here's another guy that we converted to tight end, to fullback. I mean, he's going to catch the ball out of the backfield. Like, how is that even fair? It shouldn't be, right? So we have a lot of backs. We have a lot of talent in the backfield. We just lack like the explosion that we could have for certain plays. For sure. But again, we're working with like 4-star, 3-star recruits. So we don't really have like that absolutely stud of a athletic specimen that we are working with. As Turner picks up the first down, we are absolutely grinding this clock to make it right away. And here's Bryson we talked about in the fullback. If I were them, I would just make him run the ball. Oh man. Dunlap picks up the first down on the triple option. The hate for Bryson is real. I mean, he's just not a good quarterback. And realistically, wherever we put him, he hasn't been very good either. So that's kind of why I said something of that nature. And here he's going to be a lead blocker on the lead option. So we'll see how he does on that aspect. He did get in his way, and it does get us a touchdown. So, great job by Bryson, even though all that negative talk about him. We do score the first points of the game. Then we have a big turnover down in our area of the field,
which is not ideal. I would guess it's a Dunlap interception. They're going to hand it off. We're going to fill the gaps and the comeback lanes, and they're not going to pick up anything on the ground on first down. We really need to get this crowd moving at some point, and that's going to be a pick six. Yep. They're just not on the same level as us. 2-6 in the Conference USA is just not good enough. 5 Hamilton, the 82-yard pick six. What a huge, and then we give up a huge touchdown play. Oh my Lord. Again, on the verge of just absolutely blowing a team out. And we give up a huge play like that. 3rd and long. They're not going to pick up the first down. It's going to be 4th and inches. It'll be interesting to see what they do here on 4th down.
Maybe just a couple of inches short. They just need a few more inches.
See what they opt to do here. Looks like a handoff. We read it, and we got in the backfield for the tackle for loss, and we are going to take that momentum. We are going to get down into the red zone. And we're going to run a triple option here. Dunlap's going to cut it up. We probably could have pitched it for a touchdown. I thought we had the gap for Dunlap to get into the end zone. The biggest thing is we kept it with him a lot. We just got to make sure we're aware of where to tackle. We cannot lose him. Because we decide to keep it with him for triple options opposed to just pitching it and getting the same, if not more, results from Turpin as he navigates his way around Ashley and for the end zone touchdown. Owls. Back in the red zone. We are starting to really just going to give this one to Ashley. We have to spin. That was a horrible idea to spin. They played that really well. Their read key was so far away, it was hard to not just give it to him. To move, he's our superstar receiver. Why am I blanking on his name? Anyway, we wanted him to go up. Dobson, I think. Wanted Dobson to go up so he could throw a block, but that didn't end up working. If he's going to make the catch, he's not going to be in the end zone. We can see in the bottom right, Dunlap throwing an interception, which is something that we cannot allow him to do a lot of. As Turpin finds his way into the end zone yet again. Looked like Ohio went down and scored, or looked like they scored some at the beginning of the half. It is going to be 28-10. It's 3rd and 7. We're going to get it out enough so we could get a block from Turpin, but we didn't. So we'll see what we are able to do here. Can Dobson win? They didn't. We're just going to roll, and we're going to hit our tight end on the drag. Converted receiver to tight end. So has the speed on linebackers, which is something that we really like to do. It gives us... Oh my God, they counted that as a pass. It should have been.
Okay, nice job by the defense playing response.
Thankfully, they did not count that. Definitely should have been. That's great. Why am I trying to fit that in there? Just something we don't need at all. He should be open. Hey, he wasn't open at all. We're going to bring out the kicker. Freshman kicker, really good. See if we can get it in there. I thought we were on the road for a second. My brain is off right now. We are back in the red zone. It's looking like they're going for it on 4th downs and just not converting. Dunlap's going to take another just pointless hit as we're up 31-10. I am just not playing. We're going to pitch late to Turpin. He's going to get into the end zone yet again. Touchdown. Owls. And that one should pretty much put the nail in the coffin. They're going to go for it on 4th down again. We're going to let the team kind of take over the rest of it after this drive. See if we can punch this in. Dunlap is red on his... We can't even pick up the 1st down. That's insane. Just kick the field goal. And we're going to simulate the rest of this one. And that is going to do it. It is going to be 44-10. We take care of business at home against a poor Ohio team. 16-27, 0 touchdowns for Dunlap and 1 pick. Rushing wise, Turpin 31 carries, 113 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's insane. 10 for Ashley for 46, 10 for Dunlap for 41. Receiving wise, nothing crazy. 82 for Sash, 37 for Thomas. But spread it around pretty well again today, which is something that this playbook does do actually, which is nice. Max Cook led the team with 7 tackles. Green with 6, Story with 5, Johnson and Washington Jr. with 4 tackles for loss. We get 5 today. Sacks, we only get 2 total. Story had 1, and then Cook and Westmoreland combined for 1. We get 3 picks though. Javen Williams, Javon Rogers, and 5 Hamilton with the pick 6. All right. 3rd and final game for the episode. There's a rhyme or reason to why I'm doing that. I'll show you that right now. As you look at our schedule, when we play Kent State, we'll have 2 games left on our schedule, plus the Army-Navy bye, and then the conference championship game, which we should be a part of, which then opens the door for some postseason stuff. Even if we do just get 1 bowl game, then we'll be able to get through the off-season stuff and get the promotions, relegations, those different types of things as well. So that's kind of the idea behind only having 3 games this week. So we are hosting Kent State, who are better than they have been, which is a solid thing for them. Both offenses struggling to find any type of rhythm here. We're going to hop in on a 3rd and 10 and see if we can help that fact. We are going to throw it up the seam, and Thomas comes down with it, and that is a spark that our offense is going to use to punch in a touchdown here against the Golden Eagles. Turpin with the great spin move on the safety, and he's going to dive into the end zone. Touchdown. Owls. What a great play by Turpin. What a great throw by Dunlap on the play prior to that to Thomas down the seam. Just a really solid job with getting on the field. Kavinda is going to take the screen pass. Oh, what a juke. The freshman with the scintillating play, and he is going to get us into pretty solid field position. Definitely sets us up with a field goal for sure. We're going to see if Thomas can get across. He was going to, but not enough time for us to hit that long developing route. Offensive line obviously isn't great yet. Something that we need to continue to work on building. But just like the athletes, we don't have the greatest of 3 stars that we're getting in right now, so got to be patient with their development. And just, you got a safety, man. What are we doing? It's 10-2. Throw that. Thank you. We had 2 guys there for the interception. What was that throw? 17-2. We get the 2-minute drill to see if we can add any more points. They did get a field goal, so it is 17-5 now. We're going to go ahead and hit the crossing route, pick up some yardage. We're going to go no huddle. See if we can get this fake bubble to work. That's picked. The red throw that's tough. And that, again, that's the throw that we're going to live with. We were just talking about it in the first game of the episode. That's one of the throws that we're just going to have to live with. A bad throw because it kind of stretching his accuracy, and it's just the way that it is. So we're going to go ahead and get this to Thomas out of the slot. We're going to shoot back in the middle, and he's going to pick up the first down. It's 3:30 left here in the third quarter, 17-5. Looking to punch it in as we are in the red zone, but apparently we just don't want to block their left end. So, yeah, second and goal from the 9. What the heck was that? Turpin with the catch, back shoulder throw by Dunlap, and there's just the arm strength again, as we've been talking about the entire episode. Arm strength you're just going to have to live with because you're going to be able to throw passes like that. So, can't even get off the screen pass. He's going to be so open. They're going for it on 4th down in the 4th quarter, 4th and 6 with 10 minutes left. I feel like this is kind of a stretch, don't you? Yeah, I saw it too. We're not going to be able to punch it out. They're going to pick it up. I saw it, just wasn't fast enough to get there. They're going to go for it again. We're going to take over, and we're going to let the clock wind down. Try to pick this up so our CPU can run even more of the clock out. Okay, I guess they aren't going to let us run it out. Ashley's going to pick up the first down, however, that's going to bring us under 3 minutes, or it should anyway. Shoot clock is on. Okay, just making sure. We're going to get to the 2-minute timeout. 24-8.
We reached the 2-minute warning in this offense.
Scoring's been kind of odd this game. See if Thomas can win a one-on-one battle. I don't really want to go to Sash just because he's a superstar on him. And we didn't need to. Thomas with the touchdown. That's going to end the game. What a great performance at home yet again. Against a team that didn't seem like their record is really solid, so it didn't seem like they were going to be a pushover team, but 31-8 is not a good look for them at all. 17-33, 273, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception by Dunlap. 17 for 35 for Turpin, just not good enough in a touchdown. Thomas 187 on 7 catches, 2 touchdowns. Turpin also had that 1 touchdown as well. Defensively, Williams led the way. Javon, the Sikh leader. Max Cook 7 as the freshman, and then Hargrove with 6. Green, Johnson, Story with 5 tackles for loss, only 4, but 3 of them came from the junior Green. Sacks, 2 sacks for Story, 1 for Scarborough, and then Javon Williams and Westmoreland shared 1 as well, and then Hargrove had that interception as we saw on defense. And that is going to be the episode. As I talked about right before hopping into this game, we're only going to play 3 games just so we can have 3 games for next episode. And then we will have to adjust on the fly depending on what we get, whether we get in the college football playoff, whether we play in the conference championship game or not. Those different types of things are kind of up in the air still. So we'll have to adjust on the fly there and see when we're going to do the off season and all that fun stuff. So stay tuned in the series. I appreciate all the support that I've been getting on this series, as well as the other 2 series on this game, as well as the new series with the MLB The Show, the Diamond Dynasty Grind. It is all greatly appreciated. You know what helps? Hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already, or you're new. Hit the like button, and leave a comment. And if you want to know when the next video drops, hit that bell and you'll get a notification. I greatly, greatly appreciate the support. As always, I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.